CEO of the Chetty Jagan International Airport, Ramesh Gier, says work is being done to improve lighting systems at the facility. This comes on the heels of recurrent outages which damaged the airport's generation sets 4 months ago. Details in this report.
Back in July, the Chetty Jagan International Airport was hit by a series of power outages due to torrent weather in the area. This caused severe damage to the airport's main and backup generation systems. During a recent press briefing, Cabinet Secretary Dr. Roger Luncheon said the genesis of the power issue is linked to the geographical location of the facility.
More and more robust mechanisms, of course, will have to be installed to offset and minimize the power outages. Greater and greater redundancy. This last series of outages that led to the borrowing of portable lights from our CARICOM neighbors actually destroyed the permanent, the backup, and the second backup system. All were damaged.
According to the Cabinet Secretary, government procured a permanent generation set and hired a contractor to re-establish the system. This was confirmed by CJIA CEO Ramesh Gier, who said technical personnel are working to improve the capacity at the airport. This includes the installation of earthing and protection systems. However, he notes that while these steps are being undertaken, there is no guarantee that it will prevent another incident. Meanwhile, the lamps which were borrowed from Barbados have since been returned and new portable lights have been purchased. Reporting for the 6 o'clock news, I'm Shart Lal.
Thanks for staying with the NCN 6 o'clock news. Children in Bartica are reliving the February 17 massacre when they hear the songs of firecrackers in the area, and the relevant authorities are calling for an end to the sale of firecrackers as many children have been traumatized. Giselle Archibald has the details.
Regional Chairman of Region 7, Halbert Knight, is appealing to vendors who sell firecrackers in Bartica to desist as they drive fear in children who live in the area.
Especially our kids, reliving certain memories when they hear the sound of the firecrackers, and I would like to take this opportunity to appeal to the persons in Bartica who are peddling the sale of the firecrackers, at least to think about that. The fact that, it could very well be causing some memories to come back in, especially in our kids, and we need to avoid that.
He added that police have been doing a fairly good job in limiting the use of firecrackers in Bartica, as they saw a reduction last year.
We've always had a crackdown on firecrackers in Bartica. Ever since the law was passed banning the use of firecrackers, I think that the police were, quite on top of that situation. I recall vividly last year we hardly had any, and that was before the massacre.
He added that some amount of fear still lingers in the minds of residents who now look at confines of their home with a sense of security even before nightfall. But the problem of firecrackers is not unique to Bartica, since it is more prevalent right here in Georgetown, especially around Diwali, Christmas and New Year's. Only last year, Diwali, several persons received damages to parts of their bodies because of firecrackers. Police have made it clear that firecrackers are illegal, but during these celebrations one can easily purchase them at any city markets. So the responsibility lies with the vendors. But even President Bar Jagdeo voiced some concerns on the use of the illegal items. He believes that the judiciary should view this issue seriously. The head of state explained that once people are charged by the police, they should receive maximum penalty in the courts. Reporting for the NCN 6 o'clock news, I am Giselle Archibald.
An earth tremor struck the coastal belt in Region 2 around 10 hours 30 today, resulting in panic. Villagers of Golden Fleece, south off the coast, reportedly ran out of their houses, while a resident in the area reported that one of her trees crashed to the ground. NCN understands that there were no reported injuries or damages. The General Secretary of the Guyana Labour Union has threatened another strike action against City Hall if the compulsory arbitration is not in place by month end. An earlier threat was interrupted by Labour Minister Manzoor Nadir, who met with the Mayor and City Council to address the old age. the age-old issue. Nacasia Logan has been following the story.
I know it's a fact cabinet is today. I'm hoping beyond hope that cabinet pronounce on the matter. So we will get the system moving tomorrow. If we don't, I've been advised by my executive that we may have to strike again. And this time we are striking on the Minister of Labour. It's as simple as that.
The Labour Minister had intervened into the matter where an agreement was reached for a compulsory arbitration on Friday last. The Minister is now responsible for naming the 3 panelists to deal with the arbitration. And the General Secretary is hoping that this is done by the end of this week so that the panelists could start working as early as next week. He is of the opinion that the matters are straightforward and could be addressed in just 2 sittings of the panel. He said too that since the Council has paid off the workers for 2008, outstanding issues from 2007 should now be dealt with.
The argument, therefore, will have to be surrounding 2007. And I think that is where the energy and the wisdom of the arbitrators would be tested.
The unionist is hoping that the arbitrators not only address wages for 2007-2008, but also the question of leave allowance. Reporting for the NCN 6 o'clock news, I'm Nacasia Logan.
The emphasis placed on school dropouts is finally paying off as a senior Ministry of Education official is announcing a decrease in the numbers. It is believed that the truancy campaign and the Education for All Fast Track initiative may be the contributory factors. Natasha Smith has more.
Chief Planning Officer within the Ministry of Education, Evelyn Hamilton, says the number of school dropouts is decreasing. In an invited comment, Hamilton says while much focus is being placed on the problem, hardly anyone is recognizing that there is an improvement. She cited the Education for All Fast Track initiative as a contributory factor for a rise in school attendance of primary school children. Recently, there were reports that there is a higher level of school dropouts in the hinterland regions of Guyana. The ministry has embarked on several initiatives aimed at reducing dropouts, while Educare Guyana is also working with the ministry to solve the problem. School feeding programs and providing learning opportunities for out-of-school youths are only some of the measures taken to keep children in school and improve literacy levels in Guyana. Banmati Ram of the school's welfare division says the truancy campaign has helped to reduce, to an extent, school dropouts. She adds that there are several issues that also needs to be addressed. These include parents' understanding of the importance of education for their children. Reporting for the 6 o'clock news, Natasha Smith.